Now let's see like what are the signs of poor gut health we can see in a person. So first thing is irregular bowel movements, right? Every day we are generally accustomed to disposing our balls or what taking out the toxins from our body at a fixed interval of time or a fixed time, right? But if there is a irregular bowel movements, if we are if we are feeling the need to excrete at odd hours, okay, so that is a sign of a poor gut health. Also, if a person is having loose motions or having constipation or frequent burping, farting, or any kind of intestinal diseases like gastric issues or bloating, then these are signs of a poor gut health. Okay. Second thing, what we can see is, which we talked about earlier also, the hair and skin issues. So any kind of inflammation that we see, those are coming in terms of skin issues. And if their proper nutrients are not absorbed into the skin, then we will see like hair thinning and hair fall. And the skin is also very dull and dry, right? uh, Also we talked about the mood of a person. So whenever the gut is not functioning properly, the person may experience low energy levels or lack of focus, or you know uh, feeling anxious about something or feeling very depressed. Okay. And ignoring all these kind of signs, regular signs which our body gives to us, can lead to some chronic diseases, which are also called as autoimmune diseases, like mouth ulcers or stomach ulcers, or in terms of skin, it is psoriasis, or IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, where basically the gut is a lot inflamed, and it's the the person basically faces issues with digesting the food, and the nutrient absorption is also hampered by it. Now, let's talk about what are the signs of a healthy gut. So, healthy gut is where a person is having regular bowel movements, and the faces are really smooth and semi-solid stool with no undigested particles. Okay. Another thing is a very healthy and glowing skin. The skin of the person looks really hydrated and glowing from within, and it does not have much pigmentation or discoloration and marks, those kind of things. And the person does not really faces regular bloating issues or gastric issues or stomach pains. Last point is, there are no food intolerances. Like many a times we experience that, when we ate outside or maybe ate at a party or ate too much junk food, then we feel bloated, or we have a stomach pain or we have loose motion. So those kind of food intolerances are not there. Also, when we eat some kind of food, we have some allergic reactions. So those kind of signs are also absent in when we are having a good gut. Okay. Now let's see some tips for a healthy gut. So including more natural and raw fruits and veggies, and substituting our refined food items with the whole grains, that is always a very good for our digestive health. And because it provides a lot of fiber to the body, and it makes the digestion process and the nutrient absorption process a lot more easier. Okay. Third point is avoiding the aerated and caffeine-rich food. Now, what does these aerated drinks contain? They are basically very rich in, sugar, and they have a high concentration of sugar. And what does the sugar do is, when we intake it in large quantity, it basically increases the growth of the bad bacteria in our gut. Okay. And they are also carbonated, so it leads to bloating. Okay. Then coming to the caffeine, we all know that, when do we take these caffeinated drinks? We definitely need them when we are feeling kind of sleepy. So we take them so that we can, feel fresh and energetic. So it definitely interferes with our sleep cycle and the hormones which, indicate of our sleep. So what happens is it can increase the stress levels in our body if we intake caffeine rich food. And when the stress level increase, it can cause inflammation in our body, and which in turn will affect the gut health and the nutrient absorption, right? uh, Fourth point is adding probiotics to our food. So probiotics are nothing but, the good bacteria that we are basically adding in our body to our food, and this just helps maintain a balance in our body of the good and bad bacteria, and it helps in the digestion process. Next point is including protein rich food items in our diet. So protein is essentially needed for, building up of new cells in our body. So since the gut lining, it does a lot of work, so it is actually replaced after some days by our body. So it helps in rebuilding or repairing that gut lining cells and tissues. Okay. And also protein is a very very important component of any kind of enzymes that are found in our body. So intaking good amount of protein ensures that, those enzymes are properly built, and all our body functions properly. Okay. Now, next point is avoiding deep fried or fatty food. So the deep fried or high fat content food, they are generally having very less of dietary fibers, and that makes the digestion process basically a lot tougher. Okay. And when we are eating too much of these kind of deep fried food or fat rich food, what happens is when the fiber content in our food goes down, um, the bad bacteria in our gut basically starts to rise, because these dietary fibers help in the growth of the good gut bacteria. Okay. And so again, we know that when there is an imbalance in the good and bad bacteria, it can affect our gut health and also our overall health. And that will also, lead to always some digestive issues like indigestion or heartburn or bloating, etc. Now, eating at fixed or regular intervals of time. So when we eat at regular intervals of time or a fixed timing every day, our body is actually, prepared beforehand to receive that food, and for an also an optimum digestion and enhanced absorption of those nutrients. Okay. We all know that our body is working according to a bio clock, right? So that's why when we eat at regular intervals, what happens is before that, since our body knows that now we'll be intaking food, so before that it is prepped, and all the enzymes which are required for a proper digestion, they are already secreted in our body. And this just helps our body to, digest it faster, so it will also increase or boost our metabolism, and it also prevents us from, overeating or the craving issues that we have. So it prevents us from that, and it will also ensure that the blood sugar levels in our body are maintained, because we are giving this energy to our body at regular intervals of time. We are not fasting so much that the blood sugar levels, drop too low, and again we are intaking a lot of food, so the blood sugar levels spike. So that kind of thing is not there, and a balance is maintained between the blood sugar. And again, the last 3 points: drinking water, managing the stress, and light exercises. Obviously, those are very, very important, because water is like our body is 70% made up of water. So it helps in everything: your proper digestion, to proper, absorption of the nutrients, to proper blood flow, everything. And definitely managing the stress also manages the hormone levels in our body, and it also helps in proper functioning of our gut. And light exercises are definitely good because it also helps our internal organs also to stretch, and it will basically make them healthy and ensure that they were function properly. And